Cause I've been on I was on Twitter today, and I was on Twitter today, and it's been a lot of craziness. Been a lot of craziness today. Been a lot of craziness today, cause there's this hashtag that was going around for the past couple of, I think, well, no, I think since the last major Comic Con convention, I forgot what the convention it was. Um, a lot of black cosplayers have been saying that they haven't had their stuff noticed because they feel that their stuff has been overlooked. You know what I'm saying?
Uh
And they feel like they're being overlooked on the basis of them just simply being black cosplayers. And I personally, with me being a black man in America, I kind of understand the sentiment, and I know where a lot of it's coming from. I get it. Um, but there was another account that said something, and it actually makes a lot of sense. And the reason why I say it's a person account over a person, because this person is only like very, very, don't even really have. They just post. They don't even have like 2 followers. One of them is me,
huh.
and let me see, because this was like all crap. This is all crap. So Jay, look, cause he couldn't buy me. You wrong, Uncle. You wrong, Uncle. You are not right. And if I can find it, y'all wrong. No, not just that one, but where is it? I gotta find it. Now it's making me mad because now I gotta find it. Because it was. Oh, yeah. Did this person try to call themselves trying to block me? Yeah, they did. Because it was about, basically, it was about the. I guess this person was upset that that he was these top 10
Hello?
best cosplayers weren't, there was a lack of black people in it. You know what I'm saying? There you
Uh
go.
huh.
And the reason why I'm kind of like stuttering in my thoughts, I'm sorry, because I'm over here trying to look for it, but I realize this person blocked me now because they.
Where is my?
There he goes. There he goes. And the top 10, and there was like basically talking about, oh well, we need people in cosplay, we need more diversity in cosplay, which is true. There does need to be a little bit more diversity in cosplay.
Uh
Um,
huh. Okay.
but there was something that was said that makes sense, and I don't know if you can see it on my screen, but basically, one of the tweets said, "Well, first, why do you need approval from strangers so bad? Cosplay barely even has an audience of people who care. Sexy cosplay feels interest in general cosplay. Aesthetics wins, always wins. It's like being mad at the modeling industry for not having more males or plus size when there's little interest. Um,
Okay.
Asians have a long history in cosplay. The majority of the rest of you are new and expect the same attention as those who's been at it sometimes for a decade or longer and have curtailed their craft. Plus, there's way more of them. Plus, the quality is most usually way higher and professional. Cosplay is more than just wearing an outfit. There's lighting, location, makeup, dyeing, skincare, designing. I can go on. Don't expect to buy a costume off Amazon and stand next to seasoned professionals. Cosplay is
Okay.
essentially about looking like the character. You can do variations for fun, sure, but the impressive nature of cosplay is believing that this is the real life version of the character, and it's helpful if you already look similar. Now, this is where I don't agree with it, but yeah, it kind of gets to a lot of the stuff. But Yeah, sure, everyone can cosplay for fun, but if you want to be included in the top or best style, that's usually about being a lookalike. Then it's not just about fun. You want to compete. Don't expect to compete or look like in a contest if you don't look like, or at least bring a top quality, professional, creative, unique, eye-catching variation. Don't expect top honors for Amazon cosplay shot on your camera phone, then whine no one is paying attention, then play the race, gender, size card.
Gotcha. I'm following.
That's crazy, right? Like, and if you can see it on the screen, it's
I
crazy.
mean, I'm on the outside looking in, but I do have a general working knowledge of cosplay.
Right.
I understand his point, but not everybody is looking at it from the competitive side of things.
Exactly.
Some people just do it because they're fans, and that's good enough for them.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily want to be looked at as on that particular professional level look, but they do just want some recognition that, hey, I pulled this off and I'm not a professional.
Yeah, that's true, and that's true. Okay. Oh, I
So,
get you.
even though I understand the point he's making, in reality, it's a factual type of thing, but it doesn't speak to necessarily the needs of the cosplayers he's downing.
Yeah, and that's understandable. But then again, here's the thing. A lot of these and from my personal experience and from dealing as a black person myself, not only do I deal with this, we deal with this stuff. My thing is, if you want to approach these people or these higher up people, you're actually crossing a threshold. You know what I'm saying? You want these people, these top people, to recognize you when
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like a conundrum.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? In a sense, so it's like people saying, "Oh, I'm just doing, music for fun," but yet you want to be noticed. You know what I'm saying? You want to be
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
noticed. You
Yeah.
want to be out there. You want to have followers. Blah blah blah. Whoop de whoop. You can't. I feel like that's a conundrum. You can't say I'm just doing this for fun, but I want numbers. Like, I'm not saying you can't do this for fun and not have numbers, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
Uh huh.
I like I said, I do what I do because I love doing it. I wanna get paid for what I do. Like, serious. You know what I'm saying? I want
Right.
to get paid for
Mm-hmm.
streaming, whether it's in doing real talks like this, or you know, um, just whatever it is in general. Like, I want to be able to do that.
Right.
Sheesh, rain's coming down hard over here. Well, not too hard, but it's hard enough. Um, but yeah, my thing is, like, I don't like it when we jump off the conclusion, and then what makes it worse is the responses here. Like, it's mighty interesting. You think people of color slash male slash plus people don't build and professionally photograph their own stuff. It's also interesting. You think no one pays attention to cosplay when the topic is about people of color, male plus folk, but you know damn well the cosplay community is massive. Also interesting, you really feel like race, rate, and gender, two of which you can't control, should factor in accuracy. Contests aren't about how much you look like a character because of your physical attributes. Guidelines are always centered around craftsmanship.
Okay. Yeah, I
And
saw that, and I mean, if that's accurate, then that's a very good point.
it's but it's semi accurate. It's like, but
That's the thing. I'm not exactly sure how accurate that is.
me well, I would say, well, to be fair, let me backtrack a bit. To be fair, I'm a cosplay supporter and I do edits for cosplays. So, I do I've developed like a bit of an eye for modeling when you're doing the edits and stuff like that. So you do start noticing things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, it does help. It's not completely accurate sometimes, but it depends on who you're talking to, I guess.
Okay.
And of course, the person said the words I use were generally slash usually. I never said no professional. Obviously, you're outnumbered by a lot, and the pros do have comparable numbers. There are black cosplay girls with 10K plus still with bad wigs and quality less than that their counterparts are can name names.
Ooh.
I mean,
Ooh.
you
I
know,
lost your audio, LG.
huh?
I thought I lost your audio.
Oh
I'm
no,
sorry.
I'm not. I didn't say anything. I was like, yeah, but I'm just reading this. Like, no one cares about cosplay except cosplayers and a small group of anime comic fans, which is why 1% of you can do it as a career without showing boob. The cosplay community is massive. There's a massive amount of cosplayers. There's a distinct difference there, which is cool, which is true. Because
Okay.
cosplay recently has been, within the past few years, has been gaining popularity.
Mm-hmm.
Just within the past few years. And then he said, hey, I didn't say it should factor. Read, please. I said they do factor. It's not in my control. Is it fair? Maybe not. But if it makes people uncomfortable, then again, maybe cosplay isn't for them outside of an amateur level. Sure, craftsmanship is important, but really anyone can do it. It's just tracing a character that isn't yours. So it's more interesting when you can craft and look like the character. If you don't think looking like the character is important, you're just naive. But as I said, you don't look like them. At least do some makeup or something and look good. People just slap on a costume and expect a trophy. Modeling is a factor in top cosplay. Top cosplayers are also models, and you know it. It's not just about crafting, which about anyone can do. Major factor in cosplay is impersonating. Have you seen a Michael Jackson impersonator who doesn't look like Michael Jackson and expect the same attention as the top MJ impersonators? It doesn't make sense. Sorry to burst bubbles. And then, of course, this is where it starts delving into his personal stuff. But anyway, like, I think, like, you can see it on the screen. I'm over here seeing it on the screen. And what drug me the wrong way is, like, what drug me the wrong way is like the response. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like with us as black people, like, you know, anytime something happens that we don't agree with, we're so quick to respond with a chip on our shoulder. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Instead
That's
of
true.
talking, having discourse. Like, I actually follow this person and actually got an understanding talking to this account. You know what I'm saying? Talking to Taylor Wren and, you know, talking to this person. You know, what he said wasn't necessarily hate crime. Like, you know, this, like, what he said wasn't necessarily hate crime. It may not have been, you know, it may not have been what you wanted to hear at that particular moment, but I don't think it was it wasn't hateful. It wasn't racist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand that. I didn't take it to be.
Yeah.
I mean, it really depends on a person's feelings. Could be day to day even, because you know people flip back
Yeah.
and forth depending on the weather. But
Right.
it really depends on where it hit people and how they were feeling
that day.
at the time that they read it.
Right.
But you know, some folks are just going to be hypersensitive anyway because they feel like they're fighting an uphill battle against such a situation. But those like myself on the outside can just look at the factual side of it, and
Right.
not necessarily have an emotional attachment to
And
it, and
see,
can respect the statement that was made.
like I said, my thing, and this is what makes it worse. Like, honestly, and this right here, this little exchange proves my point. So I did a thing, and she said nothing stubborn about it, but I'm not obligated to respond to hatred and racism with sympathy and understanding. Nothing that person said was without malice and ill intent. But if you want a white knight, then feel free. I'm like, but nobody was racist though. Like, seriously, nobody was. There was nothing racist being said. And then when I said nobody was racist though, she goes out the way and says, "Oh right, Kanye." Like, and I told her, don't start with the ad hominems. Let's not do this. Because if I will drag you through this motherfucker. Like, I'm not about to play. Uncle, what you know?
Oh yeah, I don't even want to think about that.
You know what I'm saying? You already know. I don't play with people when they start doing ad hominems. Like, you over here mad. Like, I got more followers than you on Twitter right now, and I'm not even using it the way I should be using it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like people that do that, man. Like, I don't.
And I see they took their their not critique, but their disapproval off dude and put it onto you.
Well, somewhat, because I was
Because
like, well,
you,
nobody's
because
racist on.
you actually chose not to let other people think for you. You thought for yourself.
Exactly. I mean, because and that's the problem. And it's like a lot of us, it's either it's like I swear for God, it's kind of like how like with like how Mazella is like people are like spammers in some cases. Like they figure out what a word means. They just learn what a word means, and like I feel like some people they just learned what the word racism means. They just understood it, and now they want to use it for everything. Anytime somebody don't agree with you, that's racist. A white person says something that you don't like, that's racist. You know what I'm saying? Like
Uh-huh.
it's not even
And you know,
racist.
I'm reading her response, or I'm assuming it's a her.
Yeah, that's her.
I'm
I
I'm
need
a,
I need to
I'm
follow some more.
reading
I
her
need to follow more men
response,
on there.
and I'm getting two things out of it. One, it's like I keep seeing
Mm.
deserve.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you think somebody deserves recognition just because they do something?
That exactly.
I mean, what? That's not basis for recognition just because something was done.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do it well
To get
to
the
deserve recognition.
exactly that's the point,
And
and
that is part of dude's point.
that's part of what the guy's saying. Now here's the thing, and y'all forgive me. I know I was gonna put this on YouTube, but I probably can't now because it is. But you know, it matters. Like my question is, okay. She was like, well, I'm not a cosplayer. I just dress up when I have the chance. And see, and this is where you just shoot yourself in the foot. So I'm like, you're not a victim because I don't get recognition for stuff to do. I just support cosplayers who deserve it and don't get it due to race, gender, and weight. But what happened to work ethic? The race, gender, weight don't matter. Where's the work ethic? Because I've seen some cosplayers that have mediocre stuff. You know, everybody wants representation, representation, representation.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, are you really gonna push something mediocre for sake of representation? Like seriously?
Right. And I mean, I believe we're to a point where any representation that we should fight and you know moan and whine and scratch eyes out for. We want good representation. We don't want bad representation.
Right. And I'm like, you know, and that's the part that makes me upset. Is like, and I said totally like you're missing the point. Is I'm not being or accepting racist people. Everything isn't racial because you don't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? And then she just goes, if you think telling black people they can't cosplay because they're black isn't racist, brother, that's on you. I shouldn't have to spell it out for you. And I'm like, too bad. I've never said that. But you know, like I said, I wouldn't be supporting Chrissy Victory, Sammy Best, other black cosplayers that I come across that I find that I like their work. I wouldn't be doing that if they were black.
Exactly. I mean, people can love and support whoever they want to. But don't come to somebody that's looking for quote unquote quality cosplay and just say you have to accept this because you have to include these people because they're not the norm and therefore they are the minority and therefore they must be accepted.
Right. Like
I mean, what kind of talk is that?
that's what I'm getting at, and that's what I've been noticing as of late, because it's like, oh, you gotta accept me because of because I'm black, I'm here, I'm black, that's it.
I'm a dude. I'm black and I'm overweight.
You know, I'm just gonna put
Trust
on.
me,
I'm just
I'm
gonna.
not going to be sitting around because somebody didn't like my cosplay. If I wasn't good at it, then I wasn't good at it.
Right, or at least figure out where you can talk. Like me and Taylor Rand was talking. Like, okay, you know, we was over here just talking, just having a conversation. I even got to the point where, let me see if I can get on his profile here. and of course, like his profile it seems like a troll account. It is. If it's a troll account, it's a troll account. I ain't tripping. But it's how you answer to these people, and I even said it in the previous live thing. Like you can't go when you go to these conventions if you really want it that bad. When you go to these conventions and you see people, you know what I'm saying? You see these big name photographers. Why don't y'all approach them? Like that's like me going to a music convention. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, I got this heat, but I don't go to these. You know, I don't go up to these producers. I don't go up to these people. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't like me because I'm black, or they don't like me because of this. How am I supposed to know? I'm gonna put my
strike up the conversation.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure I have my business cards ready. I'm gonna have my stuff. If I don't have my business cards, I'm gonna have something. Let me get your number. I can make it. I have a business card on my phone to where you can, have digital business card. I'm too
right.
cosplay, right?
I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying? And then of course, like I said,
I mean,
a lot of this stuff is troll. Like honestly, a lot of this stuff is troll stuff. So, like I said, I ignore it. You know, it is what it is. You know, like for example, now this person did say something. Okay, Taylor Wren said this. Okay, look, let me help you guys. This is good cosplay. So, this is from Wreck-It Ronnie, or yeah, good cosplay. This is actually pretty good. Actually, really, really good. Actually. You know what I'm saying? This is dope. This is dope stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. Now, this person went as far as to say this is bad cosplay. You know, I wouldn't say it's bad.
So, saying that one, the third one is bad?
No, this one.
Oh.
This person is supposed to be a bad cosplayer. And I even asked, I'm like, well, why is this bad? I mean, I don't think this is
bad job as dressing up.
Yeah, overall, I guess he was overall bad, and he gave me his explanation. Like,
well, I'm too broke to cosplay.
Shut up. Too broke.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's bad, but then again, I'm not the expert.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if Taylor Wren is either, but but at the same time, I'm like, I don't say it's bad either.
Because I'm just telling you the truth. I've seen worse.
Like this is okay. This is pretty good.
I mean, I've seen much worse.
This is actually competent. Like this is.
To me, it is.
You know what I'm saying? This is not bad. Not bad at all. Like okay, I can fucks with that. You know what I'm saying? Like the first one was like, okay, yo, that's dope. Like okay, this one's more like. All right, you got some work to do. All right.
Yeah, I don't think he picked a good one to say is bad.
Yeah, but this was what was bad for him, and like I said, this person.
So he's saying her face looks hot and sweaty in each photo. Her clothes aren't ironed. Her makeup is lazy. Third pick isn't bad except for neck rolls. And a good model cosplayer knows how to pose to avoid that. Photo quality is poor. Okay.
And this is fine for amateur cosplay.
So he's saying if she were professional, this would be bad. But it's fine for an amateur.
That's what he's saying.
Okay.
Do I necessarily agree with it? Not 100%, but he at least gave me, I respect the fact that, we talked about this thing. You know what I'm saying?
So just going by his description of why, his explanation, I would assume he's like not anime, but a cosplay expert. I would just assume that because he's very critical.
Right, or either that, or he's been around enough people to kind of see what's going on, or he has some kind of expertise. So I'm like, all right, cool.
I mean, even an expert fan, he would kind of, I would expect that.
That's true.
Because me personally, I wouldn't have even said,
Like, I couldn't even say it off rip because, like I said, the one that caught my eye was the third one. The third one was, out of all of these, the third one is clearly the best one. For me. You know what I'm saying?
I think I like the fourth one.
That was the one that caught my eye as far as the best one. If I were to do an edit on this picture, I would take the third one. No question.
I like the fourth one simply because I think the hair is a good fit.
Yeah, the hair is a good fit.
I don't know the character so much.
Me neither. I'm kind of not familiar with the character, but like to me, it just looks.
But if he wants to complain about the wings, I mean, I can understand. They're not professional wings. I've seen, much better wings, but still.
True that. But no, like I said, that's my big thing that kind of bothered me, and it's like, it was just a lot of. It was just a lot of to me, like I feel like a lot of this is like you got a lot of these types that are wanting recognition from the pros, and it's like, if a pro says something like this to you, how would you take this? You know,
good question.
If a pro says something of that nature, how would you take that? How would you digest that?
Take it as constructive criticism. He was kind of giving construction because he was just saying how that's his personal view, how she looks ready, but you also got to realize too, when you taking those pictures and getting all dressed up and stuff, and the lights are on you, you gonna look sweaty, you gonna look hot, because it looks like those are professionally done.
So, yeah, somehow they do look. This one looks actually the most professional out of the four. This one is probably taken at a convention. I can probably guarantee you that one. That can definitely guarantee you that's at a convention. This one was
it's got a watermark, but that's not a pro shot.
That one looks if either that or maybe
that one looks more like a stage shot. Yeah.
That or I want to say it's either that or it's screenshot from somewhere. Possible screenshot.
Yeah, gotcha.
This one's more professional, but it's like I don't know. The outfit on this one looks a little weird to me. Maybe it's the pants looks a little. I don't know what it was supposed to happen.
Now that, of course, is not a professional shot, or at least not to me, because it's not framed that way.
Right. Exactly.
Hey everybody, this Fighter 9. I'm in here. I'm driving, so I'm putting it on mute, so it won't be too loud. I'm listening.
Okay.
All right, brother. Drive safe, man.
Be safe getting home. Don't rush home now. We don't want you to end up like the clip, man. I saw a clip from Fighter 9 today. So, but yeah, no, like, but that's my thing. Like us, I think us as black folks, we got to do better. Like, really.
Yeah.
Like I said,
I mean, I'm not even going to go there. I'm just going to say, anybody that strives or aspires to do anything, if you're going to put it out for public consumption and critique, we got to bring that A game, all of it.
Indeed.
And I'm not even going to lay that on people of color or whatnot. But I'm just saying across the board.
The reason why I'm saying people of color is because it's being brought up, and that's the thing. It's being brought up like that. Like, oh, well, we just gotta, I feel like if you're gonna do it, I feel like you gotta be prepared for the critique. You gotta be prepared for the people.
Because look,
there's some people that's gonna say there's people that's gonna say something sucks. Like for real.
I mean, consider this.
Both of you guys about right though, for real.
It's not fair. Let's just go ahead and just make that blanket statement.
Okay.
The life that we live is not fair.
It's not.
Because we, and I'm saying we because we all are of this group of people. Yeah. We as people of color have always had to live up to a higher standard in order to get to cross over or to get over or to see the same level of success.
Right.
Exactly.
Our margin of error is much smaller.
Indeed, I agree.
And it's sad that even in 2018 it still holds true. But look at this: we're crossing a new, breaking a new barrier that was not even thought of. When we were fighting for basic human rights and civil rights.
That's true.
This is a new frontier.
Indeed.
Relative in the cosplay arena. So it's the same type deal. We may not fit the mold, but if we do it to a level of excellence where we can't be denied, we'll be in the conversation where we deserve to be.
Exactly.
It's not that we have to dumb the game down or attempt to dumb the game down to get that acceptance and recognition. We just have to fight that much harder and do that much better so that we can't be denied.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And it's funny you mentioned that this is a new frontier because it is. Like I agree that it's definitely a new frontier because, you know, I would say within the past 10 years, if 10 years ago, people that do cosplay were looked at in a negative connotation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, folks will talk about you because you were being a nerd. Okay, people, you know, and some of the black girls even would talk crap about you. You know what I'm saying? And now they want to do it. You know what I'm saying? And they're kind of getting to see what's going on, and it's like, oh, we got to change this stuff and stuff. Like, it's a lot of double standards that go on, and it's like, and then there's still the double standards of that still carry on between women and men that go there, and then it carries over into cosplay. So it's like there's a lot of stuff that's coming over with this new frontier. You know what I'm saying? That we still got to fix. But yeah, you're right. It's definitely a new frontier, especially for us as people of color. It's definitely a new frontier in the mainstream things for people of color. Now,
Right.
there's been people that's been doing this for years. It's like, okay, well, this is not new to me. I'm just glad
Right.
to
It's
see
not. It's not new to them,
or it's
but
not
to
new.
somebody that's on the outside, it's like, because honestly, I didn't even know anything about this
Yeah,
until maybe like 4 years ago
yeah,
when I discovered this, and I was like, oh, okay. And honestly, I'm an older guy, so I didn't exactly understand the draw of it.
mm,
Uh, but as I've been around and have seen more things, it's not something that I would do, but I do see my people, making a mark, making an impact on the industry, and so I would say, more power to them, and I want them to be excellent at
One of the
whatever.
things that
Go ahead,
coming
brother.
up, just get in here real quick because I got a lot of background noise. But one of the things that keep coming up though, I'm a little late to the conversation, so I got one thing I gotta ask is this in relation to like black cosplayers at a black cosplay convention, or is this black cosplayers at a rainbow convention? And if it's not a black cosplayers at a black cosplayer convention, then what's the deal with getting up with some black cosplayer convention instead of trying to be accepted? Why not just do the thing that we do?
mm.
There's not too many black cosplay events.
Well, that's just it. Then we got it, and maybe that's why, because too many folks don't feel comfortable around all these other folks, because just like you guys were saying, maybe more to the point of what LG was saying is that all they need is just a little bit to start hating on us, even though they'll take all our styles and stuff and flip it and be like, oh, now it's ours, it's fresh now. But when the black girl wear her hair like this, it's messy. But when we do it, it's cool, So it's just avoid all that mess altogether. Yeah, it starts small, but it starts somewhere. I don't know.
I feel you though. I feel you on that.
Like,
And
this is and to kind of answer your question, this is more along the lines like a lot of people that go to these bigger conventions that like I forgot what's big, these like MomoCons and stuff like that, and they want to be included in the in these bigger photographers. They want to be included in these bigger professional photographers. They want to have that level of inclusion, and like I was saying earlier, some of these cosplayers are feeling like they're being overlooked, by these bigger photographers. And like I said, there's part of it. There's a reason for it. Like and it's not always. A lot of people say it's just it's racism. It's this, is that. It's not even racism. Like honestly, the way some of these people act on Twitter, if you were to measure people just by how they act on Twitter, because some of them don't get the picture. How some of these people act on Twitter. I can't. I wouldn't as a business person. I wouldn't I can see why some of these people, these photographers, steer clear of them, because some of these photographers they don't know anything. Some of them are. I'm not defending anybody. I'm just saying, like, you got to look at things. People got to understand. They got to look at things from multiple perspectives other than just theirs. You know what I'm saying? And like these big photographers, some of these big photographers, they don't have time to be trying to figuring out, okay, you know, this, that, and the third. You know, they going by what they see and what they, you know, sometimes they go by hearsay. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a good thing. You know what I'm saying? But you got it, like you said, like Uncle said earlier, we got it. You got to be able to do something to stand out. Yes, I know the margin for error for us is drastically lower, you know, than somebody, you know, of a different color. And I agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. I feel it. However, we still got to do our part. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like Mama used to tell me all the time, don't give people ammo to talk about you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and if you look at these people, you know, you look at these people's Twitter accounts, they start going in on people, start, you know, being just as toxic as the people that they, you know, that they are against. And I'm sorry, you can't fight, you know, you can't, sometimes, most of the time, you can't fight fire with fire.
No.
Most of the time, you can't. But there are some times where you have to.
Yeah.
That's real. I feel it. You know what I'm saying? I had to do that myself recently. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do, but every situation should not be approached that way. That's what I'm saying. And then I feel like a lot of these black cosplayers, like, they're just now learning about racism. They're just now getting these things done. Like I said earlier, they're just now understanding. They are just now getting the knowledge. But see, they're not getting the wisdom, because wisdom is applied knowledge.
Right. Yeah.
So some of these people lack the wisdom, and to do what they need to do. There's nothing wrong with having a platform to stand on, using yourself to talk about these issues, because these are issues. But at the same time, when you're at a professional, you want to hit professional level, you got to come with professional level shit, or at least have a transition, have that potential to get the professional level shit. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's why I try to work hard on what I do. And if these people don't, and here's the gag part. If these people don't want to be with you, or if these people keep ignoring you, you know what I'm saying? If you can't get up in their lane, you know what I'm saying? You make your own lane.
Yeah, and you know, that speaks towards what Fighter 9 was mentioning. If we can get, say, our own top level photographers, and you know,
and they out there,
and yeah, exactly, and videographers, and set designers, coordinators, and start shooting our own material, and you know, pimping it the same way that they pimp their material. Those that are on the inside and in the mainstream. You know, when the money comes, that demands respect.
Yeah.
And that demands recognition. They have to include you because they want a piece of that money that you generate.
That's right.
But you know, as to the original point, they were speaking on males in the industry and people that were plus size in the industry as well. So I remember not too long back, people were dogging out this one chick that was cosplaying, and she was Caucasian.
Yeah.
But she was, you know, her body was not the prototypical Asian waif, you know. So they were ragging her and giving her a hard time. And of course, she was using her sex appeal, you know, to generate fun. And people were like, this is not cosplay, this is, you know, low rate prostitution. Yep. You know, I'm not gonna speak on that because, you know, there's so much in this world that people do to pimp themselves out. So I'm not gonna bash her over that too much. But, you know, where do we draw the line over where we're talking about, okay, this is legitimate cosplay. This is using the name cosplay to, you know, for financial gain. And this over here is like I don't know what they call soft core porn to generate income. Where do we draw the line? I mean, I'm not the guy to determine that because
Right.
I've seen the conventions and whatnot. I mean, the characters. You look at the characters; they're drawn skimpily clad.
Right.
I
Yep.
mean, how do you expect people to play the characters fully clothed up to the neck and to the ankle? I mean, hey, I don't know what to say.
It definitely speaks to the mind of the artist. You're right about that. Like, you'd be hard pressed to find any like superhero female character with some clothes on.
Yeah. Right.
And so, I mean, I can't. If cosplay is a thing that a lady wants to do, if she's dressing the part, I can't really throw rocks at her. It's not something that I would want for the women in my life to do, but that's her thing. And
My thing is that they don't want these women to look like hoes and stop making these cosplay characters look like hoes.
Yeah, I mean that speaks to the mind of the artist.
You cosplaying, you dressing up like a character, so if the character looks like a hoe, of course you're gonna look like a hoe.
No, but you know what? No, I would say that, but here's a counter to that, because there are some that will actually just do it. Like, for example, I've seen girls that do gender bend cosplays of like male characters, but they'll do female versions.
True, I've seen that as well.
And not only that, some of them will sexify the character.
I'm talking about a female dressing up like another female. Most characters do dress kind of like sexual and like a hoe. Not all characters. I'm not saying all.
Yeah.
There are some that don't. But most do. And if you're a female trying to dress like another female.
I mean, it depends. It depends on the character. Some characters can do it, like. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. That makes.
And a lot of them artists. I mean, to truth be told, them artists be sick, man. They got like these little. Some of them kids. Some of those characters be like 14 years old and shit, man.
Yeah, I mean, for real though.
It's a certain kind of mindset, and I mean, like y'all said, if you're gonna dress like them characters, you kind of just got to give it up that you're gonna be dressing like a scantily clad, sexually promiscuous person.
And if you a lot of people are gonna say something, and if you don't fit the body type to them, you know what I'm saying, whether you're big or whatever, you gotta make the costume fit for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I can't stress this enough. If you are a big person, okay, if you can't do it yourself, have somebody do it for you. Make the costume fit you. Okay?
Right.
Don't try to go, large when your body is a 2X. I'm just saying.
You speaking truth.
I mean, I'm not trying to be. That's not to be rude. I'm just,
I mean, that's not just for cosplay. That's for every day.
That's real life.
That's real life.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it is what it is. It's I mean, don't make yourself uncomfortable. Now if that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do. But just know that people are going to see it.
Yeah,
now,
expect the clap back because it's gonna come.
Oh, people gonna do it.
Oh yes, sir. You got to be confident. That's what I tell anybody. You got to walk with that confidence when you try and do all that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like, but for most of these cosplayers, like especially, their insecurities show real quick. I'm just saying, like people, they want this stuff catered to them. Like, if you gotta, and let's not even talk about constructive criticism. Like, the constructive criticism, it has to be when they ask for it.
Gotcha.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's got to be on their time frame. When I ask for it, give me constructive criticism. When I ask for this shit, I'm gonna take it. But don't come on my post looking through my post, a post I made. You just started following me, and now all of a sudden you want to critique me. Like, who are you? You're not nobody to critique
got that authority. I got the authority. I gave you some biddies.
Right. I can't. You know what I'm saying? That's like somebody now come on my stream. You know what I'm saying? And were to say something. Make a comment. Hey, you're. This, and a third. Okay, I take it for what it is.
I mean, hey, that's the thing about the internet. Once it's out, it's out.
Right, and people gonna say what they want to, and then what makes it even funnier is like these people try to do these clapbacks, and they know that they're not about that life. They know they try to be savage online, but I know for a fact that they not about that life. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense to y'all.
Oh, absolutely. Matter. I mean, I saw that. I only had a small sampling of the clapback lifestyle from that videos that you showed me, and yeah, I was like, oh man. I was and the one guy when he claimed he was what 21 Savage and all this, man. I was like, man,
Oh, that one.
but it's too much for me.
I'm like, nah, because I'm like, if you gonna do it, don't lie. Like, if you gonna like that's the whole nother topic. That's something whole. That's old shit. But
Right, but that's the only examples I have like
but I feel you though.
in my life where I've kind of experienced that kind of some was semi first hand. I was like, man, that's wild stuff.
No,
Oh
and
boy.
I feel you. I feel you. Now, but like I said, my thing is like, don't like literally do not sit up here and just assume that because I'm nicer, and I have a sense of understanding, or at least try to figure out where this person that may have said something that was fucked up to you, or maybe something that you didn't understand. You know what I'm saying? Don't think that automatically they're racist or they're sexist because you can't play this. You're a little overweight now. You already know if you angle the camera a certain way, it's gonna show some things.
True.
You angle a camera. If I angle a camera, down at my face, angle. You have some old folks. That joke going around when old folks open their camera, and it's on their face. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's that shit. You're gonna get that weird ass angle. Damn, my nose itch like a motherfucker. But you're gonna get that weird ass angle. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you're gonna sit up here and not take the time to understand your craft, that's what bothers me. Like, if this is what you want to do, like I said earlier, make sure you understand what's going on.
I mean, and I agree exactly with what that last statement you said.
Understand
It's like some of these guys that, us being producers. I'll use us for example.
Yeah.
It's like some of the guys that say, "Well, I'm going to this beat battle this weekend. I'm bringing, like 20 beats, and I'm gonna go through and pick my beats for the battle. I'm gonna do this and that." Okay, all well and good. That's on you, buddy. But when you go there and your music is not up to par with everybody else, don't come back whining, talking about they were hating and nobody, cheered for my beats. Because reality is, you just weren't good enough.
Ooh.
And I mean, that's just the way it is. You cannot roll up and just think your stuff don't stink, because
the
public opinion will wake you up.
I feel it.
And I mean, you can't show up in the Kmart, cosplay outfit and expect the photographers or the press to be blowing you up when they got these people over here that had custom costumes made and have all their merchandise, media on deck that they had professionally shot. And you can't expect to be treated or looked at in the same light as them. To just expect that is a mistake from the jump.
Yeah, I feel it. I agree. I mean, I feel like a lot of people I want to do this for fun and blah blah blah. I'm not serious with this, but yet they want to be taken seriously. Like, make up your mind. Like, that's all I'm saying. Make up your flipping mind for one, and for two,
I mean, there's levels to everything.
Exactly, and then also, like, if you are gonna draw, like, like you said earlier, drawing the line, right? Good shit. Here you go, drawing the line, right? You got your basic, your amateur cosplayers that just do it just to do it. They throw on a costume, buy a costume, or maybe sometimes they might craft something for somebody. That's cool, and then you get people that donate for that. That's cool. If you get donations, that's cool.
Right, and I ain't got nothing against it.
But then my thing is, if you do lewds, this is where we start getting into the weird shit or the tough calls, because now you're kind of breaking the barriers. You're going into lewd shit now. You're doing lewd poses. Some of them, a lot of them, especially a lot of the girls, they have Patreon.
Right.
And they're promoting sexually explicit content. Well, I wouldn't say explicit, but suggestive.
Right.
Content.
I know what you're talking about, because I've seen the campaigns. I know what you're talking about.
Some of them, they do that, and that's how some of them get their money. Like I said, some of them, they do an okay job. But it's also
like you subscribe and you'll get X pictures.
Right. You subscribe. You pledge X amount a month. Get you X. And the more money the more money you shell out a month. Basically the higher tier you share out a month.
Mm-hmm.
The better, the more lewd it gets for some. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Or the more perks you get.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's more lewd or spending time with that person and blah 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 whoop de whoop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then you got people that are like high level cosplay that do like the high level pictures. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, my thing overall, those are just basic levels to the shit. I know it gets a little bit more convoluted than that. You three.
All right, I'm at the crib site now.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, my thing is like with us as black people, like if we're talking about we want people to notice us, and I'm just going off of that right there. You want somebody to notice you, you got to make yourself presentable. You know what I'm saying? Like Mama always used to tell us, when you leave the house, make sure you leave presentable. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go to these conventions and you want a big name photographer to notice you, okay, either you have something to make them notice you. You know what I'm saying? Like Uncle Witch said earlier, to where you can't be denied. Mm-hmm. Or you go and approach these people.
Yeah. Because conversation is where it all starts. You have to get in somewhere.
You know what I'm saying? Like seriously. Like that's my thing. And that's what I'm getting on. And I
got something for y'all here in a minute.
Say that again.
I got something for y'all here in a minute.
Okay, bro.
What you about to?
I'm gonna share it.
What you about to do, man?
Since I'm gonna get on topic.
Oh, no, you're good. Cause like I said, I feel like now, like I said, now the account on Twitter apparently is a troll account on Twitter. Like, if you were to see some of the stuff that he would post outside of what I said, yeah. Like, his bio says, campaigning to take anime back for men. 3D quote-unquote women have ruined it with their opportunism.
No.
I'm the necessary evil. This is the war. Google me.
Oh, no, dude. Really?
It's a troll. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, he's trolling to a degree. Now, the thing about this is, like, he's not necessarily completely wrong neither. Like, that's the fucked up part about the shit. He's not completely wrong. But it is a troll account. Like, I know it is a troll account. I that just screams troll account. And it's like people don't want to, people at the very least, the reason why this person, actually has respect for me is because I initiated a conversation. I said, okay, you have some valid points. I don't agree with the colorism part or how you feel about the colorism, but I can agree that you need a lot of these cosplayers, they do need to get better if they want to be noticed professionally, by these professional cosplayers, you know what I'm saying, or at the very least have them open up or ease up on their restrictions, at least have them go approach these people, make themselves approachable. That's my thing. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
We can all do better.
Yeah, and like Taylor Wren, that Taylor Wren account told me, he was like, yeah, maybe I on your behalf I'll be a little bit more cordial. I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't do it just for me. Do it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Do it for yourself first. I feel it. I know you.
Where can I share images at, LG?
You can share it in general.
General?
Yeah.
All right.
You can share it in general. But like I said, that's just my personal opinion. I'm probably gonna clip this part and put this on YouTube.
Well, I don't really have too much of an opinion. I've said everything I need to say.
509, I know you got something you want to add, take away.
No, you guys. I mean, I said my little bit. I still feel like it's worth it to try to build a venue based around us, and it may start small, but like when people realize the family doing it, they may have more confidence behind what they're doing.
True.
Okay, fill me in on the character.
That's Trafalgar Law. He's a part of the One Piece anime series.
I've heard that
You
name.
do that
before.
now. That's on my budget.
And I'm gonna put the actual character. I'm gonna send the actual character.
Okay, do that.
All right.
May, I told you we
I'll
got
post
you,
something.
girl. You just let us pick out the costume. We got you.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna have what's his name?
I got the edits. I got the
I
edits.
forgot his name.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That works.
That does work. Okay.
I did a little something.
A little something. I feel you.
But we'll have photographers there, Mazella. Since we're gonna pay for the outfit,
I call you.
we want the pictures to be right.
I call it on the edits. You know what I'm saying? I got you on the edits. You know what I'm saying?
Jake Moreno, that's who we're gonna have shoot him.
Then LG.
'Cause I know I trust his lens. I trust his eye.
We're gonna have LG on the edits. Gonna have you looking all super fly and stuff, girl.
Man, you had one cosplay female that I guess you had in one of your posts, LG. Man, her stuff was legit. I think she was like a Valkyrie. She had that sword. I can't remember her name.
Oh, Sammy Best.
Yeah,
so
man,
she
that
had
was
black pants
legit.
and stuff. I think it was Katarina from League of Legends.
Okay.
It was a Katarina League of Legends cosplay, and it was that was the one I edited one. I don't know. Did you see the original picture where she was a green background?
I can't remember.
Well, okay, I was gonna say I don't know if you remember the back. Let me drop it. Let me see if I can.
I don't get an opportunity to see a whole lot of sisters doing that, and like that was a pretty good example.
Yeah, see, that's what
but
I'm saying. That's good. That's good cosplay. Like to me, that's good shit.
Off topic.
Yeah.
5 to 9, we would have to discriminate against your cosplay. Your skin tone is not quite right.
Hey,
It's not quite white.
hey, man! You know they don't make none of these characters for us. Stop playing.
We would have to discriminate on you. Even though you looking sharp, my brother.
Hey, I was walking through. That was a Halloween. That's the only American holiday I've messed with, to be honest. And I was walking downtown Tacoma, and dude was like, "Dude, your cosplay is worthy." I was like, "All right, that's what's up." Yeah.
Okay, good. You got that recognition.
I was in character, so I didn't say nothing. I just like kind of walked off glowering.
Is this the one you talking about?
She had like a great sword. She had like a great sword.
Great sword. You talking about?
And it was like a gold hues, like gold and bronze kind of hues. to the outfit.
But
I
that's
remember
the same
this one
person.
though. I remember when you did that edit.
Yeah, that edit came out dope as fuck. That edit came out pretty good. The only thing that sucked was her hair, cause I still hate doing hair. Like, cause the hair in the back like that, in the back you kind of can see it if you would zoom in. Something I don't like.
But I know Mazella, she can do Steph Curry.
Right.
I mean, that's not a true cosplay, but I know that's her favorite character. She loves her some Steph Curry.
I mean, he's kind of superhuman, depending on who you ask.
She loves basketball.
Hey. Like with a dribble up and down the court. Hey.
Oh, oof.
Oh, you taking it back? I was in junior high when that came out.
Right.
Yeah, that's
but
pretty.
It's also, like I said,
old
it's just
school.
a mixture of that plus, plus modeling too. You gotta have it's a crossover thing. That's one of those crossover things.
Mm-hmm.
He's superhero. So yeah, facts. But that's what I'm looking at. It's like I just feel like it's just a lot of stuff that I feel like a lot of people don't understand that little concept, because it's like it's in order to break the mold, you gotta learn, you gotta be able to try to fit it first in order for you to break it. You get what I'm saying?
I wouldn't stand
it's
a
like
chance.
learning music theory. Like we learn the rules of music to break it.
Because I got 3 strikes, so you know I'm out.
Oh, damn. Damn.
3 strikes for what happened?
Oh,
I got 3 strikes. I couldn't fit the mold, man.
Yeah. Hold up, though. You could probably do what's that Tekken character? That one Tekken character, that big dude.
Oh, Bob.
Bob, but the only thing is, I mean, again, it's the skin tone ain't gonna match.
tone,
Like
oh,
again,
right.
that's why, man.
That's
like,
one strike then.
Honestly, it don't even like skin tone. Like, you notice I didn't even talk about skin tone. Like I said, skin tone really.
Well, you ain't.
I'm
We
not
all
well,
know.
the reason why I'm not talking about it is because
Yeah.
you can't control the color of your skin. Like, that's uncontrollable. And anybody that goes
True.
off that shit alone, that's fucked up. And I will and I say that with authority. Anybody that says, hey, you can't, you're doing the black version of this, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you can't.
Oh, yeah.
White. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're
It's fucked
saying.
up.
You gotta, yeah, man. It's already fiction, man. Stretch your damn mind. Shit.
Now that's true too.
Exactly. So, but when I'm talking about the other shit that's fixable. You know what I'm saying? Weight is fixable. Oh, that's still Sammy. Yeah, that's Sammy. Yeah, she killed.
I like that. That one was legit, and like the eyes and everything. Like,
yeah, she put in work for that one. She killed that one.
and the cool thing I got to give her props for is from what I understand,
Not every female got that.
That's the same girl.
Yes.
she make her own costumes, right?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Like that's the and that's a part of it that I had to give a little credit to. More so than anything is that she make her own stuff.
She even did freaking Shigo from Kim Possible. It was so good I didn't recognize. I didn't recognize it was her. I had to go.
I
back
give her
look.
credit.
And now I know they got some good characters out there that don't got no boobalicious boobies neither. I know it's
Got
somebody.
to be somebody, but who? I don't know.
I off the top of my head, I never had an opportunity to think about it. To be fair, but I mean, I think like Japanese characters, especially. I think it's the Americans typically get like the superheroes in America for sure get the big breasts. Jubilee don't have big breasts.
Okay.
Like, I can't even get. Wait, let me see if I can. I'm trying to see if I can get this picture right quick. Hold on.
And as that's potentially not very flattering when I think of some of the Japanese characters. I'm also thinking of like high schoolers too. So
many of them are.
yeah. Oh, which is that's what I'm saying. That's a whole nother part of the gross trip there.
Yeah.
There's one. Like, check that post right there.
Okay, now I recognize this young lady.
What, the character or the person?
The person.
Person.
Oh,
I think I've seen
all this is new to me. So
Like she does the ones I recognize from her is the Orisa cosplay from Overwatch. She has
Right,
what?
right,
She does
right.
Orisa?
Yeah, and then she did
What? How do
her
you
fourth
pull that
picture,
off?
The fourth picture she did was the one I like is one of my favorites is a Static Shock one.
Static Shock.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's legit. I think
Oh, I
it's
see the Orisa.
I like the gender switch ones. That's kind of cool. I can give credit for that.
Gotta say
Although
salute to you, sister.
I don't
See,
salute
my thing
dudes
is
that
with
do
the
that too
gender
much, but
swap
that's
ones,
just
they
me.
tend to be the sexy ones. Like they tend to be like overly sexualized sometimes.
I mean, she's not revealing at all.
Oh, she does though.
No, I'm saying
Like,
in these two, she's
trying to give me hope.
That's what I'm saying, girl.
what kind of characters would
Trust
you
us.
would
We
you
will
consider?
we will suit you up with the right outfit.
We
Believe,
got you,
because
dog.
I
We
know
got
I don't
you,
want your
dog.
mother hunting me down.
I heard that.
'Cause I know mama house don't play that.
Oh, you be alright. She be alright. She be alright.
Oh, I'm checking out that Arista though.
Hold on. I got a better Arisha shot. I found a better. That's the Static Shock one I just took a screenshot of. That one's dope. I think her name is pronounced
And it's decently
Aka
covered
Kyoga.
too.
Aka Kyoga, I think that's what it is.
Man, that's impressive. Trying to do that Arista now. That the next level is being able to get like the backside like they do with the horses.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
You know how they have two
Actual-
people in the costume or whatever.
Yeah, actual mix. She did a storm.
Oh, now
cosplay,
this
too.
one, the Static Shock, that looks professional, man.
Exactly. See what I'm saying? That looks dope.
Cause she had somebody edit that. No, that's not. Is that? Yeah, well, it's a little lighting edit, but I like that look.
Oh yeah, the lightning. Yeah.
Like she did a summertime version, I guess. I'm trying to find the original.
Oh, Miles Morales.
Where is it? I'm trying to find it and I can't find it. Let's make
I think they do. They do got like a new Spider Woman, Spider Girl.
like she even made a variation of the storm, like a Wakanda storm one. It's actually pretty decent.
I'm
And I mean,
surprised. I'd be surprised I ain't see nobody doing the melange. I don't know how you say their name, but that seemed like that'd be like the big, should be a big cosplay.
Which one?
Okay, I see the stone.
The female guards for T'Challa or Black Panther.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm
Yeah,
surprised
I hear
nobody's
you.
done that either. I'm surprised nobody's did that either. Hell, she even did Nurse Joy, which is actually pretty dope. I actually like that one. Her Nurse Joy.
So you guys got like a major convention down there, or y'all putting something together, or is this?
I'm just talking. I was just talking. I just happened to talk about this, but
Okay.
I know the next major one that's down here is San Japan.
Saying Japan, because I'm like, these folks are these local people, like the
Some
folks
of these
you
are
showing.
semi-local. That some are able to travel, some aren't.
Okay, I was just wondering, like, because I'm again like with the black cosplay community. I don't know. Sounds like there is some interest out there, but how much of a community is it?
It's from what I've seen, the community. It's not really much of it's kind of hit or miss depending on who you talk to. Depends on who you talk to. Depends on who you know how they do things. Like even with some of the ones I fought, like Chrissy Victory.
That's tight.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
now I know Chrissy.
Yeah, like Chrissy.
Oh, that's
Victory, like,
tight.
I've seen her tweets though. Like I don't agree with all of her tweets. I ain't gonna flex. Like I can't.
Is that this person who?
Well, that's
with the
Iron Man.
No.
Oh, this is my. Okay, so was that a new character? That's a new Marvel character.
No, that's Iron Man. That's Iron Man. That's
Yeah, it's an actual comic series.
I haven't been following them as heavily, to be honest. I just been on the cinematic universe, so I apologize for my ignorance on where they are right now.
But yeah, I agree. That is you, May.
That
Yeah.
you
Pull
look
that
like
Name
Iron
it.
Man too, right here with the Nurse Joy.
Yep, that'll be straight right to the point for sure. That Iron Man.
But yeah, the Iron Man definitely is made up. But no, I'm just saying. I'm just that's my rant's kind of over right now because I'm just like I'm chilling about it. I'm about to
I feel you though.
like
I feel you.
a lot of people say everyone can cosplay, everybody can cosplay, which is true. Everybody can, but
Not everybody can do it well.
right. I mean, if you want to be up there, you know,
Is her real name, but they haven't came up with like a character name for her.
Oh, okay.
got you. But like that's my thing. Is like I mean, it's cool. Like I said, everybody can just like everybody can do music, or anybody can do whatever. But it's like you want to do it well. Do you want to do it just to be doing it, or you want to do it well?
Oh yeah,
Check
absolutely.
this out.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Check
do what I
that out.
can.
Oh yeah. I seen him. Is that Spectre? Yeah, I think I've seen him. And it's like, I think I've seen that. Maybe I don't know if I'm following that, but I need to follow more dudes on my more black guys cosplaying because sometimes dealing with some of these females on here. Ugh.
Yeah. Now I have to be careful with that statement because just the idea of saying black cosplay is kind of the same thing though, right?
It is in a way.
In a way, yeah. In a way, it is.
So you gotta be careful with that. Is all I'm saying.
I understand where you're coming from on that.
No, that's true. You're right.
'Cause, I mean, we can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
Right. But hey, can't have your cake. People want to have their cake and eat it too. Let them figure it out. I'm gonna let them figure it out.
But yeah, big ups to all the brothers and sisters and
Doing the thing.
everybody else is trying to do their thing and do it well.
Oh man,